Namaste, man. Hey, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, everybody. Blaine Jr., 23, Mashitz, John Ellis. I'm trying to think who else is in here. Thanks so much. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, Adam. My man, Adam. He's awesome. Mr. Millionaire. Yo, 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 yo. What is good? NTR369. I say people's name as they come in because I want to acknowledge you coming in. Hey, Kim. Good to see you here. Hey, Jason. Good to see you as well, my friend. C. James on 80 million different numbers. Yes, thank you so much for your kind words. Namaste, man. I love your scopes, and I saw you on Adrian's scope. And funny enough, this morning I thought about what my message was going to be, and good morning. And Adrian was talking about perspective, and I actually, about an hour and a half ago, I decided I was going to talk about perspective as well. So, I guess that's tells me that I'm on the right path. So, thank you for being here. Thank you, Talisha, Jake, Kamara. Thank you for joining, everybody. I really appreciate you guys being here. Good morning. Again, I only ask you guys of two things. A lot of the times I ask for hearts, and I also ask you if you enjoy what I'm about to say, if you think you're going to like what I'm about to say, invite your friends and followers, because I want to get as many people here learning as much as possible. Where am I from? Where are you from? I'm in the Washington, D.C. area right now. I'm originally of Nigerian descent. My parents are Nigerian. Born and raised in Toronto, Canada. I am also Nigerian. But the reason why I make the distinction, hey, what's going on from UK? The reason why I make the distinction is because I wasn't born in Nigeria. I lived in Nigeria when I was a kid, but I was born and raised in Toronto, Canada, and then I lived in Nigeria for a while and moved back to Canada and spent the rest of my days until I went to university in the U.S. Oh, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Oh, Ottawa. Yeah, that's up. That's what's up. Ontario's in the house. Nova Scotia's in the house. Some of you guys seem like you're new. Dillion, thanks for joining. There's some of you guys here who are new. I don't know who you guys are. If you're new, could you do me a favor and put 1 in the chat box, please? Curly Hair Designs in the house. Mr. Millionaire, yeah, you look new, man. Hey, it's good to meet you. Thank you so much for joining me today, my friend. Curly Hair Designs in the house. As you can tell, I no longer have curly hair, but I do appreciate you being here. I'm totally messing with you, but thank you for being here. Okay, for those who don't know who I am, my name is Ebongeka. Oh, thank you so much, Dillion. My name is Ebongeka. I'm a CPA, which is a certified public accountant here in the U.S. I'm also a speaker. I'm the author of the best-selling business book, Start Me Up, The No Business Plan, Business Plan. Thank you, E. Nicole. I'm also the founder of Economics. And Economics is a life coaching and business coaching strategy company where we focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money. And we work with entrepreneurs both online and offline to set their prices, raise their prices, and eventually maximize their profits in the process. Yeah, thank you so much, Dillion. Is it MLM? No, not at all. It's a life coaching. There's no MLM. I don't. Did you get MLM from what I said? I hope not. There's nothing wrong with MLM. I think network marketing is good for some people. It depends. I'm a CPA, so I don't know if you know what that means here in the U.S. Certified public accountant, and I work with businesses. I help businesses. It's kind of like in the coaching space. So not only the mindset, but also in their business. How do I join? You don't join my company. You hire me, and if you have a business. I come in, not come in, but virtually, depending where you are, I work with you to help create systems. I work with you to help you set your pricing, your branding, and so forth so that you can, build your business that way. My book also talks a lot about what I kind of do. How much do I charge? It varies. Depends on what you need. I'm not cheap, but it depends on what you need. But hey, Mr. Millionaire, if you want to find me, if you want to reach out to me and talk to me about how I can help you, do me a favor and visit my website. It's economics.com. It's EKANOMICS.com. My last name is Economics. Thank you so much, Kim. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you, Myron. Oh, yeah, Mr. Millionaire, reach out to me, man. We can talk. We do a discovery call. What happens is you go to my website, you can fill out the application form, you do a discovery call, and then, yes, thank you so much, Adam. Yeah, that's the website. Go check it out. Do a discovery call and we can talk. No, I'm not going to text. I'm not going to text it to you. I'm on my phone Skyping right now. Just go to that website and do me a favor and reach out to me there, and then we can, there's kind of a way we have to do it that way so that I can go through what you're looking for. Kevin Madison, my man Kevin Madison. Kevin Madison is my money mentor. He's a cool dude, has a lot of great information and insights. So you follow him, check him out. A lot of you guys are on here. I love you guys for being here and supporting me. All right, I'm going to talk to you about perspective really quick. This is a quick scope. I'm not doing a 40-minute scope. When your perspective is different, your outcomes tend to be different, right? So the way you see the world, the way you see setbacks, the way you see things that happen to you, that will dictate your ability to go to the next level. So have you ever met people who can't get out of their way? They're always struggling. They're always going through bad things. They're always going through difficulties. They're always having problems. You know, their family's always nagging them. Their spouse, their friends. There's always these problems, right? The way they see the world is different than the way you see the world. The way you see the world is a lot more, you understand that things don't happen to you, they happen for you, right? So a lot of times there's a difference between, there's two thoughts in psychology. They're called locus of control. There's the internal locus of control, and then there's external locus of control. Now here's the difference. People who tend to do well, who succeed in life, who are building, who are growing, who are acquiring things, who are living a life of prosperity and the life that they want to live, those kinds of people, right, tend to have an internal locus of control. Internal locus of control basically means, right, it basically means that you are the cause and not the effect, right? What happens to you, you have a say in what happens to you in your life, and that you're not being drawn around by the environment, by the external economics, by politics, by life, by people, right? You actually have a say. And the people who live by an external locus of control, they tend to believe, right? They tend to believe that they have no say in what happens to them. It doesn't matter what happens. They'll always lose. They'll always fail, right? People will always cheat on them. They'll never be able to live the life of their dreams. Thinking about starting a business is a fallacy because it'll never work, right? They'll give you statistics like 90% of businesses fail. They'll say 50% of marriages fail. They'll tell you all these things as to why things will never work. And those people are driven by external locus of control. They believe in luck. They believe that the only way to be successful is to win the lottery, and that they have to be lucky in order to have a business that takes off. They have to be lucky to find a spouse. They have to be lucky to find some type of life or something good to happen to them, right? And hey, what's going on, Kara? And those who have an internal locus of control have a perspective that is different. They believe that they are the cause and not the effect of what happens to them. They play a role. They also believe that the things that they do is towards a bigger purpose. It's not just living a life and going through the wind, right? And so the bigger key is to understand that you got to get this principle. Stay away from those kinds of people. Exactly. You got to stay away from these kinds of people if you want to be successful. I completely agree with that, DeLeon. And so it's more important is you got to understand, what is your perspective on life? When you hit a setback, ask yourself this question. I ask myself this question every single time I struggle, every single time I have doubt, every single time I fail, every single time I have somebody tell me no. I look in the mirror and say, what's my perspective on this? What does this mean to the greater purpose of my life? How does this no affect my ability to reach my dreams? How does this setback, how does this bad thing that's happened to me, how is this negative thought that I have in my head, how is that affecting me in my ability to get to where I want to go? That's a question I have to ask. I ask myself every single time I have a setback or some type of difficulty. Okay, so here's a simple way to address this. You got to understand how your perspective matters more than anything else. The first things first, you got to cut out the negative words. You got to cut out saying negative things to yourself. Do you realize that for every one negative thought that you entertain, you need at least 17 positive ones? Some people say it's 5. I think it's more like 17. There's more like 15 to 17 negative, positive feedback loops you need to add in order to counteract just that one, just to make it even. Just to make it even, back to the level playing field. So in other words, you need to double that if anything. So all day long, I love positive every day. Exactly, Kara. Every single day. Every day, right? I'm listening to positive and motivational things all day long. Replace I need with I did. Exactly. That's a great point, Namaste, man. You got to replace I need with I deserve, right? And I think Dale Carnegie says this, that you'll get what you think you deserve, and not what you necessarily just asked for. You're speaking to my life. Oh, that's awesome. That's great to hear. Adrian blocked you accidentally. She did? I don't think she did. I thought she. Oh, yeah, not me. Okay. Yeah, your words matter. the words you say, the things you say to yourself, the way you speak, the things you say to yourself matter more than anything else. Okay? When you have the proper level of perspective, you won't be negative for a longer period of time. Right? And what keeps you going is the fact that you have a purpose and you know why you're doing what you're doing. Your words have tremendous power. So let's go back to biblical times. And I'm not, again, thank you, that's great to hear it. You got to go back to biblical times. And they said it back in the day, right? Before Lot died and before fathers died. You know, the patriarch of the family. I can't replace I can't with how can I. Exactly. Reminds me of a Robert Kiyosaki type thing. Okay. Back in biblical times, right? Before the patriarch died, before the father of the family died, he would bestow blessings on all the children, on his kids, the grandkids, the great grandkids if he lived that long, every single time. Why? Because his words had power. Can you do a scope on finding your purpose? Yes. Maybe that'll be my next scope. My next scope will be on finding your purpose, because I have a saying, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. This is something I do. I work on with clients to help them find their purpose. But I'll do a scope on that. That'll be great. That's a great hit. That's a great point. I'll make a note of that. Maybe I'll do it today or maybe tomorrow at the latest. And so the thing is this. So back in the day, the patriarch would bestow blessings on families, on their children, because they had the ability to bless and curse. Right? There's situations where they cursed, and there's also situations where they blessed their family members. Your words have tremendous power, because if you were to take it now to where we are modern day, 2015, the way your brain works is when it hears influences on repeat, repetitive words, repetitive comments, repetitive statements. When your brain hears this, what your brain ends up doing is it starts to absorb it and starts to rewrite your brain accordingly, and then it starts to believe it. That's why when you say positive mantras, it helps, it calms, it can still you. The corollary happens. The contrary also happens. You can say negative things on repeat, right? And poison your brain and poison your well, okay? When you have the proper perspective, you tend not to live in a life like that. You tend not to live that type of way. You tend not to speak that way to yourself, okay? So, if this is resonating with you guys, do me a favor and let me know. I'm going to wrap this up relatively quickly. Let me know if you guys understand what I'm saying, if you get what I'm saying, if you like what I'm saying, you got a question, you got a thought, you got a comment. Let me know if this is something that you guys are getting behind, if this is resonating with you guys. You know, I always try to come up with ideas when I wake up in the morning, just ideas and thoughts that I'm thinking. And even these are things that I also tell myself every single day, right? Right, the negatives, exactly. That's the enemy within. Thank you so much, Adam. Thanks so much, Mari. Like, the enemy within. Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. Tara Tate the Great. Tara Tate is one of my motivating people. She motivates me. So, that's awesome. Curly hair designs. Can I come to Clyde's in China? No, I can't. I'm in Tyson's right now, Kara. I'm going to be in Tyson's for most of the day. But just reach out to me, email me, or I think you have my number. Just call me. Yes, Tara Tate the Great is awesome. And but you know, just to be very clear with you guys. When your perspective is different, your opportunities are different, your outcomes are different, right? There are people who will constantly complain about their situations in life. They'll constantly complain about why they can't get breaks. But if you listen to what they say and how they speak, you'll realize that the words they use poison themselves. You'll realize that they're cursing their future. You'll realize that their perspective is in a place that they can't come out of. And then that's that's part and parcel of the reason why they struggle. And if you want to live the life that you desire, that you deserve to live, right? If you believe you deserve to live that life, you got to change your perspective. Yes, when your perspectives are different, your outcomes will be different. Your opportunities will be different. I'll give you an example of a setback. So some of you guys know, a lot of you guys know, I wrote a book called Start Me Up, the No Business Plan Business Plan. What people don't realize, it became an Amazon bestseller. What people don't realize is, it took me 2 to 2.5 years to get the book deal to write the book. I could have written the book 3-4 years ago, no problem, right? But I had a goal to get a traditional publisher, right? I wanted to get it published. I want to get my book in Barnes and Nobles, which you can go find it there. You can get it from me. You can find it in Barnes and Nobles. I wanted people to see that, right? Persistence plays a large role. But I also had a different perspective. And I understood that, one, this was my dream and goal, my vision. It was very clear. The second thing is I understood how the publishing business worked. And if I understood how it worked, and I spent time perfecting my craft, writing proposals. I wrote tons and tons of proposals, 30, 40 proposals, 30,000 words, 35,000 word proposals, queries, reaching out to people constantly, 200, 300 literary agents. All of them told me no, right? I knew it was going to be a reality. Because I knew it was going to be a reality, my perspective was it was going to be a reality. Therefore, my outcome was it was going to be a reality. Understand what I'm saying? I did not, again, I'm not this special dude. You guys got to understand this. I'm not a special guy. I didn't just wake up and be like, the world is my oyster. I had to work through this. I struggled with setbacks. I struggled with people, telling me no. Every time someone said me no, it sent me back. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. I'd get depressed. I'd get sad. I'm like, you know what? I've come this far. I've come too far to quit. I've come too far to give up now. I would wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and say to myself, how dare you consider quitting? You've come too far to give up now. How dare you consider quitting? How dare you consider quitting and dying in the jungle? Right? All right. Yeah. Reach out to me, Kara. How dare you consider dying in the jungle? I'm going through the jungle trying to get to the other end to get water, to get food, to get sustenance, right? And because it's not working, because someone has said no, because people are telling me my idea sucks, I'm thinking of quitting and dying in the jungle. And so every morning when I was struggling to try and write that book, when I was trying to get that book deal, I would look in the mirror when I felt like it wasn't going to work. And I said, why don't I just quit? I looked in the mirror and said to myself, Ebong, you've worked so hard. How dare you consider quitting? How many people are relying on you? How many people are waiting for this book? How many people are relying on you to use you as an example to show that they can live their dreams? How dare you quit and die in the jungle? You've come too far to quit. And people don't believe me. I used to say that in the mirror like every other day. Because every other day I would feel discouraged. Every other day after I got another no, I would feel discouraged. Every single day. You guys got to understand it. My life has been like that. I've had several examples of this same kind of setback. When I played professional basketball in Europe, same thing, right? Everybody was telling me no, no one was responding. I burned the boats. I'm a CPA. I had an accounting degree. I didn't go get a job. My friends were interviewing at big firms. I was a janitor. I was cleaning office buildings, right? Sending emails at night, midnight to 4 a.m. on the phone, calling people who didn't even speak English to try and see if I can get a gig, if I can get on their team and get paid, right? And so while I'm doing all this and people are telling me no in different languages, I know how to say no in like 10 or 15 different languages because they're all telling me no. And so all these people are telling me no, and every single day I'd wake up in the morning and look in the mirror. You've come this far. How dare you quit? Right? There's times I was at the end of my rope. I remember I was in the shower. I was crying. I was like, what the hell? Why am I doing this? Why this, this sucks. It's like me. I was stuck in the jungle and I was starving. But what I didn't realize was my perspective was different. I realized that I was close. I was so close. That's when most people quit. You got to understand this too. Most people quit their dreams and their goals when they're that close to getting them. They don't quit when they get destroyed. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, C. James. Most people quit. Most people quit when they're that close to their dreams. They don't quit when they're far away. You got to understand, when you're taking a test and you got to pass and the passing is 70% and you get 40, that's when you should quit, right? But most people quit when they get 69%. Most people quit when they're that close to getting what they need to go. That's when everybody quits. They quit when they're that close. They don't quit when they're getting destroyed, right? That's when it's the hardest. That's when the perspective matters. That's when your perspective has to be different because you know how close you are. That's not the time to quit. You're in the middle of the jungle, starving. You're trying to get to the other end. You're almost there, and you're about to quit. Why did you waste your time? You should have quit a long time ago, right? So your mindset, exactly, your mindset and your mission has to be congruent. Your perspective has to be there. That's great to hear, Tara. So if your perspective is not different, your outcome will not be different. You'll have the same outcome as everybody else who quits and rationalizes why they're not living the life that they want. I've done the same thing, believe me. So every time I'm telling you guys these stories and things that I've done, it's to show you, not to impress you, it's to impress upon you the importance of perseverance, the importance of perspective, the importance of understanding that you're going to struggle, it's going to be hard, you're going to go through setbacks, but because you go through the setbacks, that's going to catapult you to the level of where you need to be. Okay, everybody, let's change up and live. Oh, thank you so much, Adam. You are awesome. Do not settle, right? Do not settle. All right, I got to get out of here. I quit in the past and I had to do a lot of being broken down. But exactly, Chem Goddess. That happens to so many people. You don't understand. Look, Chem Goddess, you're stuck. You were stuck in the jungle. There were people telling you to quit. There are people telling you, don't worry about eating. Don't worry about this. Why don't you be like everyone else? Starve, do this, all that kind of nonsense. And you're stuck in the jungle like everybody else, right? But what you didn't understand is, what you realize now is, your perspective had to be different because you were so close to the end. You were so close to walking out of that jungle and ending up in the city, ending up where you wanted to be, and getting the water and the food and everything else you were looking for. So that's why I use that analogy, because it's a journey. But so many people, they give up when they're right on the edge of their miracle, of their destiny, of their desires, of their dreams, of their goals, of their wants, every single thing. That's when they quit. Why did you waste your time? You should have quit a long time ago then. But a lot of you are a lot closer than you think. You know, there's a book called 3 Feet from Gold. You are literally 3 feet from gold. And that's when you quit. You should have quit before you started. So I fell, I got up, I pushed. Exactly. Getting ready for work. Oh, that's awesome, Myron Gray. Kill it. Yes, Lo, you're not quitting your exam. You came so close. You're not quitting your exam. You're going to kick this exam in the nuts. Right? No more quitting. No more excuses. Just adjustments. And remember, if your perspective is different, your opportunities are different. Your outcomes are different. Your rewards are different. The people's lives you touch are different. Again, this is not easy. This is an everyday thing. Every single day, I got to tell myself that same story. You got to do the same thing. No more excuses, just adjustments. I love you guys. You guys are awesome.